a vampire can create another vampire. Is that true? Well, we shall see. Vampires have fascinated people for centuries with their mysterious allure and supernatural powers, capturing the imaginations of countless generations. From ancient myths to modern pop culture icons, vampires have evolved and changed over time, reflecting the fears and desires of the societies that created them. In this video, we will explore the fascinating history and origins of vampires. The origin of vampires is a complex topic with roots in various cultures and historical contexts. The idea of blood-drinking creatures with supernatural powers has existed in myths and folklore for thousands of years, with vampire-like beings appearing in ancient Greek, Indian, and Mesopotamian legends. The modern concept of vampires is often associated with the 18th century and the Gothic literary movement. One of the most famous early examples is the novel Dracula by Bram Stoker, which was published in 1897 and has since become a cultural icon. There are also numerous historical figures and events that have contributed to the development of vampire mythology, such as Vlad the Impaler, a 15th century ruler of Wallachia who was known for his cruelty and rumored to drink the blood of his enemies. The origin of these beings is still a cloudy theory, and the first vampire story is difficult to pinpoint, but we will try our best. The history of Sekhmet, the Egyptian feline warrior goddess associated with both plague and healing, is considered by some to be one of the oldest vampire tales. Legend holds that the sun god Ra sent his daughter Sekhmet down to punish humankind for their disobedience. But after Sekhmet couldn't stop drinking blood amid her slaughter, Ra quelled her planet-draining thirst by dyeing a bunch of beer red. Basically, she guzzled it all and slept for 3 days. One other theory of the origin is that the first vampire started out not as a vampire at all, but as a human man named Ambrogio. He was an Italian-born adventurer who fate brought to Delphi in Greece. It began with the sun god Apollo of Greek mythology, who in a fit of rage cursed Ambrogio so that his skin would burn should it ever touch sunlight again. Ambrogio's bad luck followed when he ended up gambling away his soul to Hades, the god of the underworld. The next curse came via Apollo's sister Artemis, the goddess of the moon and hunting, who made it so that Ambrogio's skin would burn if he touched silver. The blessings came soon after when Artemis, taking pity on the poor young man, gave him the gift of immortality. He also gave him the speed and strength to become a hunter whose skills were second only to her own. In a nutshell, a series of blessings and curses transformed this young man into history's first vampire. Okay. There's one other theory that suggests that the concept of vampires may have originated from people's attempts to explain the phenomenon of premature burial. In the past, there were instances where people were mistakenly declared dead and were subsequently buried alive. When their graves were later exhumed, it was discovered that their bodies had undergone certain changes, such as the growth of hair and nails, which were attributed to the return from the dead. This led to the belief that the person had become a vampire after death and had risen from the grave to drink the blood of the living, although there is a proper scientific explanation as to why the changes took place. In some cultures, people took measures to prevent premature burial, such as attaching a string from the corpse's finger to a bell above ground, so that if the person woke up, they could ring the bell and alert others. Another theory proposes that the concept of vampires may have emerged from the practice of blood drinking in certain cultures. In ancient civilizations such as the Aztecs and the Incas, it was believed that consuming the blood of a powerful warrior or ruler would transfer their strength and courage to the drinker. Similarly, in medieval Europe, it was not uncommon for people to drink the blood of animals or humans as a cure for various ailments. It is possible that these practices may have contributed to the development of vampire mythology, with the idea of a creature that feeds on blood as a means of gaining power or immortality. Additionally, some historians suggest that the idea of vampires may have been influenced by the superstitions surrounding disease epidemics, with the spread of illness like the bubonic plague being attributed to supernatural causes such as vampire attacks. Despite all other theories though, many people believe that vampires were really born in Europe. In the Middle Ages, variations on early vampire mythology proliferated across Europe, with the nefarious monsters often used to explain plagues and other diseases. As Scientific American notes, cases of a rare blood disorder called porphyria in Eastern Europe may be the root of certain physical characteristics attributed to vampires. Porphyria symptoms include sensitivity to light, resulting in blistered skin or burns when exposed, hallucinations, and receded gums that give the impression of elongated teeth. And the effects of sensitivity to light can be so severe that sufferers lose their ears and noses, a physiognomy echoed in the looks of vampires such as the Nosferatu. You remember the disfigured vampire mentioned in our previous video, right? Besides these, there are many more variations of how the first vampire came to being. There are also various interesting legends of vampires, but I will speak of them another day. Through the centuries, vampires have evolved and changed, reflecting the fears and desires of the society that created them, like I just said. Despite the many variations and interpretations, however, the basic elements of the vampire legend remain the same: an immortal creature with supernatural powers that feeds on blood of the living. Whether seen as monsters or misunderstood heroes, vampires continue to capture our imaginations and remind us of the enduring power of myth and legend. Well guys, that is all in this video. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed the video. For more stories and videos on mythical creatures like these, check our channel out, and please remember to support us by liking our videos and subscribing to the channel. See you soon.